Hello everybody, thank you for clicking on my video today. My name is Natasha and my channel name is Witchcraft. I've chosen Witchcraft because sort of which craft am I going to do next? I like doing all different crafts and I like anything witchy. So if you are a subscriber already, you'll know that this is a new video, but because I haven't posted in sort of 2 years, so thank you for clicking on my video. And if you're completely new, thank you so much for giving me the time today. I'm really looking forward to sort of coming back into Flosstube and talking about my work and just getting back into the community of things. I I really miss it. I really enjoyed doing Flosstube before, and sort of life got in the way, and it's just something I've been wanting to do for a while. So I thought now's the time better than ever. Really, I just best time really. So my plan is to sort of upload weekly, and mainly will be about cross stitch first and then my crafts after, my other crafts. So I do sort of EPP, which is English paper piecing. I'm making a quilt at the moment. I do crochet and knitting and lots of different things, reading as well. So my plan is to sort of do my cross stitch whips and then talk about other crafts and things and lifestyle at the end. Today's video, however, is just, as you'll see in the thumbnail, my big Mirabillia finish. So I just wanted to get on and just talk about this, and then, so this is kind of like my first run of coming back to Flosstube, and then my next video will be my whips that I'm working on at the moment and just other things. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you my Mirabillia, so without further ado, here she is. There we go. Oh, I love her. So this is the Snow Queen, and she is a Mirabillia. She is 294 stitches by 243, I think, which works out about 71,000 stitches, but she's not full coverage, so probably talking about 50 something thousand. Um, I still need to stretch her out in the frame a bit better, but this is the frame she'll be in. I'm going to be giving this to my mum for her birthday, so I'll be posting this after her birthday. And yeah, I started this sort of 2 years ago, and what I decided the first Mirabilia I would do would be the biggest, one of the biggest. I don't know. Obviously, I have no sense. But I saw this and I just thought, my mum loves blue. I just thought she'd really like this. I hope she really likes it. Um, and I really wanted to do it for her. So when I started it a couple of years ago, obviously I didn't get it done that year. So it kind of got put to the side. I was, there was other things I was making for other people. And there was things I was doing, for myself. So this year I was like, no, I really need to get this done for mum. Like I've been wanting to give this to her for ages. I need to just crack on with it. So I really put my focus on this year, and yeah, all done now. So I started with the stitching first. So I'm just trying to work out where it's best to put her. There we go. I started with the stitching first, and it uses DMC thread, and there's two silks, so it's Karen Water Lilies, two of the silks in there, and that's for the variegation in her dress. Other than that, all DMC. Obviously, there's Krynic as well, and there is treasure beads and a little bit of whisper thread as well, which we'll talk about a bit. So yeah, like I said, mainly done it all this year. I did get some done last year. Um, really enjoyed stitching her. I've definitely learned good things and bad things from doing her, what I do differently next time I do a Mirabilia. I've got some Bella Filipinas as well, things like that. So I've kind of learned what I would and wouldn't do. So I'm going to go through that now, and then just, everyone's different. There'll be things I say that you'll disagree with or agree with or whatever, but it's just my personal experience with stitching her. So obviously, like I'd done all the stitches first, which was fine, and then I'm going to pop her down and I'll bring her back in a minute. So then I watch Spamp for the Hugo Stitcher. Absolutely love her videos, and she's like the Mirabillia queen, so she does a lot of them. And I know that she beads with invisible thread, so I thought, well, I'll give that a go. I totally get it. Like, how amazing would it be if not see any thread, you just see the beads? Great. So I got some, and it's quite stretchy. It's really hard to thread, obviously, and I just really struggled with it. I just thought I'm not enjoying putting the beads in. I was really just like delaying putting the beads in because of that. And I thought, is it worth all the stress? I've got a lot of beads to put in. So I just thought, no, it's not worth it. When I do my Mill Hill kits, I use thread that is similar colour to the bead. But I thought, well, I'll just do that. I'll match to the bead colour. So that's what I done. I popped the beads in with the same thread sort of colour, and it worked absolutely fine. I didn't find that it took away from the beads at all. Um, you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use invisible thread, but for me, it's just not for me. I didn't want, I enjoy stitching. It's my sort of escapism. It's my relaxing time. I didn't want to be stressing over putting beads in. So I used the thread, you know, and I would continue to do that. I don't think that it takes away enough that you shouldn't, you know, so that's just my opinion on that. Um, then with the Krynic, I find it was absolutely fine. I just cut shorter lengths, and yeah, the count of the fabric is 32 count. It's a fabric I got from Lakeside Needlecraft, which was it Needlework? Lakeside Needlecraft. It's Craft or Work. It's a UK website, and I think I can't remember what the colour's called, but it's just you'd find it easy. It's a blue fabric, so yeah, uh, it was easy to get the Krynic through, and I didn't have any trouble with that. I did, however, have trouble with the Whisper thread, so hopefully you're not too squeamish about this, but when I like thread my needle, I lick the end of the thread and I get my needle threaded, my thread threaded, should I say. So basically, I know that you shouldn't really do that. I think it's to do with acid in the thread or something like that, but I've never had an issue, and I honestly do whatever's easiest. So obviously you can't do that with Whisper thread because there's loads of fibres of thread, like fluffy thread coming out, and you would end up coughing up a hairball if you done that. So I upsized my needle to get the thread through, but I found that it was really clumping anyway and just getting stuck, and I absolutely hated using it. And so what I done, I'll show you in a second, is in the area that has Whisper thread, I used some Whisper thread and then I used Krynic instead. And because it kind of still gave that fancy element, I know it's not the same the sort of effect that you need, but that felt like it worked fine. I'll show you what I mean. So at the bottom of the dress, so let's get that up close to the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see too well, but all in the bottom here is sort of fluffy thread, and I've just used some fluffy thread and some Krynic, and I don't think you can tell. You know, what I mean is I don't think you can tell that it's not supposed to be like that. Obviously, fluffy thread all around would have been better. That's how it's designed, but I found that the Krynic sort of gave that element of like specialness. I really can't speak today. But yeah, I just done that. So I think that's what I've learned with stitching is I've adapted things to enjoy the stitching, but made sure that it still works. And yeah, so I've got a reindeer, might be Norco, but reindeer to do, and that in the tail has some Whisper, and I will do the Whisper in that because it's going to be about 30-40 stitches probably, but that would have been like 200-300 stitches in the Whisper, and I was getting burnt out towards the end anyway, and I thought, nope, I'm just going to swap it out for Krynic. So other than that, everything else is stitched to the pattern. I really enjoyed it. I'm really happy with it. I really hope my mum likes it. I'm sure she will. When you just get this whole thing like I've made this big thing for someone, and I hope that they don't feel like they have to put it up on their wall if they don't like it. And then I'm like, but if she doesn't like it, no, I'm joking. But no, like I don't know. It's all about just the thought and doing something for someone, and I really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I'm just going to show you it again, I think. Okay, see if I can get some of the jewels to sort of shimmer. I don't know. But yeah, overall, I absolutely love stitching her. I'm so proud of myself for doing it. Not to blow my own trumpet, but it's a big Mirabillia, and I'm really excited to do more. And yeah, so my next video will be, yeah, just last little look. My next video will be my whips and other crafts and sort of talking lifestyle and things. I just wanted to come on and just show you that first and get back into the swing of things. Any comments, please just, type what you think about it or what you do different, or if you've learned something with the Mirabillias. I don't know if I spoke about the pattern. Did I speak about the pattern? If I didn't speak about the pattern, if I remember what I said, I struggled with the pattern because I didn't photocopy it. So I wish I had photocopied it. The pattern that you get given is beautiful, but it is sort of folded into four, so it's a big sheet. But then the other side is like half of the pattern, so you have to flip over all the time. It's very like thin, so it easily rips. It's not easy to see. It's on like a vintagey sort of coloured paper. Um, and I know people will probably say, well, yeah, duh, you need to photocopy it. But from a photocopy, but I don't have a printer, and I basically thought, well, I've paid for a pattern, why can't I use the pattern? That's kind of my argument in the, if you pay money for the pattern, you're paying to work from that pattern. But equally, like, that's nothing against Mirabillia's because I absolutely love how they're packaged. It's beautiful. And I just think in future I would photocopy it because I've got a Bella Filipina, Gaia the Earth Goddess, and the pattern for that is printed on A4 sheets. It's just sheets of like each page, and it's so much easier to work from. And yeah, that's what I would do with a Mirabillia. I think is just photocopy next time and learn from that mistake because the pattern is now literally falling apart. I couldn't share it with anyone. I could, like, I'd struggle to reuse that pattern if I want to stitch it again, which I won't. But so it's just not been kept as nice, which is a shame. I won't show it to you because it will give you nightmares. But yeah, so thank you for listening today. I've really enjoyed coming back on. I hope you enjoyed seeing my Mirabillia finish, and I hope you don't mind how long it's been if you're coming back. And if you're new, thank you so much for clicking. Like I say, it's just really nice to sort of get back on board with these things, and I will be posting another video really soon with my things that I'm working on and everything now. So take care and happy stitching. Thank you. Bye.